first of all, I want to say thank you everyone for coming tonight. I want to thank you for joining us in the Lower DeBot Extreme Makeover Design Option presentations. I'm sure you guys will enjoy it. My name is Cindy Von Echten. I am the facilities designer for residential living, and the Lower DeBot project is brought to all of you on behalf of residential living, University Dining Services, and the Interior Architecture Division, i.e. our amazing interior architecture students that are here tonight that worked on the project. I'll give a quick intro of each of them and they will reintroduce themselves again when they present. Amy Fredrickson, Lindsay Penning, Matthew Rosenquist, Sarah Vogel, Emily Switz, and Emily Ballweg. Over the course of the summer, I had the extreme pleasure of supervising and advising these students on this project as part of their internship opportunity or requirement of the IA program. The project actually had several requirements, and the scope of the project actually was the redesign of wall, ceiling, lighting, furniture, and fixtures for the main dining area, as well as 073, which is the space that we're in, and the adjacent restrooms beyond the main dining area. Now the requirements for all of the design elements that they had put into their projects were 5 things. One is that they needed to meet the student needs of this lower level area. They also needed to meet maintenance needs and durability, as well as the university dining staff, and then of course also the environmental stewardship element of the space as well. So all of our projects that you will see all have a strong environmental component to them, as well as meeting those other requirements, and including, which I almost forgot, and probably one of the most important things, is that they also had to meet the state building codes and the federal accessibility and barrier-free codes. So there are some real strong components to all of the projects and some real heavy-duty requirements as well. So each of the students had approximately over the course of the summer had put about 120, probably more than 120 hours in on each of their designs. And I can tell you right now, you guys will have a very tough time trying to decide which design project you like best. But we hope that you take the time to do so and review them. Following their presentations, you'll have the opportunity to come up and meet each of the designers, learn a little bit more about their projects, look a little closer at their design boards, touch and feel, take a look at them, and then certainly ask them questions, as well as cast your final vote. We have voting ballots and the voting ballot box on the back table, so please take time to do that. If by chance that you don't have the opportunity to cast your vote tonight or need some more time to mull things over, trying to decide which stellar design you want to go with, the design boards and the voting ballots will be upstairs in the main dining area from now through next week, Wednesday. So you are able to cast your vote during dining service hours. And then if anybody's not here, encourage them to go ahead and cast a vote as well. Okay. So I will go ahead and turn it over to our first design group.
Like I said, or like Cindy said, my name is Amy. I'm Lindsay.
And I'm Matthew Rosenquist, and we'll be introducing to you our design for Lower DeBot, and then our new design idea for this room, Crave. First of all, we'd just like to thank you all for coming up and taking your time to listen to our presentation. We worked very hard this summer with Cindy to put together what we thought would be the most effective and enjoyable design for you, the students, here in Lower DeBot. You being here and voting for this design means a lot to us, and we thank you for taking the time to do so. During the beginning of this project, we as a team decided to do some research and conduct small surveys on what you students were looking for most in a potential remodel of Lower DeBot. From the students that we interviewed, they said that they wanted a space that was still an area of social gathering, dining, and most importantly, a place where they can just come and chill, somewhat like a home living room. So our main objective was to create a functional dining area, but also create a space students would be completely comfortable in.
Our main focus for the dining area of Lower DeBot is bringing the natural environment from the outside into the interior. UW-Stevens Point is known for its environmentally friendly campus, so we wanted our design to remain consistent with that theme. Therefore, through many elements in our space, Lower DeBot will reflect many natural and organic features throughout the design. Our design brings in colors such as warm browns, greens, light blues, and subtle grays. All of these colors will be brought out through the upholstery in the furniture, the wall coverings, and flooring. We have also made changes to the way the space is going to be arranged. We wanted to increase the amount of seating for students while also creating a more open floor plan for easy maneuvering and rearranging. All of the tables and booths are normal seating height, and tables can easily be moved and pushed together to accommodate larger groups of people. We have added large circular lounge seating near all the TVs for a more inviting lounge area. We have also decided to replace the lighting within Lower DeBean to create a more unified and ambient atmosphere throughout the space, as well as select lighting features that are more aesthetically pleasing.
As we were working on the project, Mark Hayes, the dining services director, had mentioned possibly looking at a remodel for the Lower DeBean bathrooms as well. After we took a look inside the bathrooms, we knew that this was something we definitely wanted to do with our design. So as a bonus to the project, we have completely replaced all components of each of the bathrooms. All the fixtures, the countertops, and the floorings will be replaced, and the stalls will be repainted to remain consistent with the concept. One of the most exciting parts of this project was the consideration for this room 073. When talking with Mark Hayes about what we could do with this space, many ideas were brought up, but probably the most popular and effective use for this space would be convert this room to a full-service coffee shop, much like the brew house. Seeing that the brew house in the DUC is a hot spot for students, we wanted to bring that type of atmosphere closer to campus. This coffee shop would be open extended hours and would be used mostly as an additional space where students can come relax, grab some snacks and coffee, socialize, or work on homework. Within the space, we wanted to create an environment that gives a feeling of complete relaxation and inspires a serene and calm environment. To help create this feeling, we have brought in dark warm colors such as rich browns, dark reds, and lighting is very minimal. We have selected the most comfortable lounge furniture in the market because we really believe that this space should be as comfortable as possible for the students. We have also added chairs and tables so that students can easily sit and study. Also, we have converted both storage rooms on both sides of the room to private studying areas. One really cool feature that we've added to the north, northeast, and northwest wall is the wave wall. This feature uses curved wooden panels to create a wave wall-like texture to give the space a more visual appeal. This feature will also serve as a lighting fixture, for it will be backlit with LED lighting. The space is envisioned to become a popular upcoming location for students both living on and off campus. We have given the space a title that explains both the concept and the purpose of the environment that we have created. Room 073's coffee shop will be called Crave. We see this idea as being the most effective use for this space, for it will provide students a nice area to study, eat, relax, and hang out with their friends.
We believe that our design will truly complement the needs of both our client of dining services and you, the students, who will be using the space most often. Bringing in completely new furniture and ideas, we hope to give the space a new look that will attract a more social and appealing environment for all the users.
Thank you.
Thank you, Lindsay, Matt, and Amy. My name is Sarah, and this is Emily, and our project is Lower DeBean and the Point Daily Grind. Our goal of the Lower DeBean renovation intertwines the feeling of an urban, upscale coffee house with also the casualty and relaxation of a lounge. Through our entire concept, we wanted students to suggest ideas, and with that we got the idea to create a coffee house atmosphere within room 073. We want to create a relaxed and inviting feeling throughout both spaces, and we decided to keep the function of the dining space the same as what it is kind of right now, with the comfortable lounge seating while with the tables for dining.
Through the use of bold colors and graphic patterns with natural woods and ranges of neutral colors, they give the space a modern yet comfortable feeling. Using neutral taupes and warm browns, as well as pops of blue-greens, gives a modern twist on the casual space. We have different seating areas ranging from standard seat groupings to bar-height tables, as well as circle booths and lounge seating. One of our examples of our lounge seating we actually have here, and it's called the Reno. You are more than welcome to try it out afterwards. The only thing I want to mention is this is not the fabric that we're using, as well as we don't have side tables on any of the lounge seating. We wanted to have a space that gives students such as yourselves a chance to interact with friends, as well as being able to relax and enjoy themselves.
We wanted to incorporate the campus into our design, so we decided to create what's called a photo wall in the back. It's graphic, and the pictures we decided should be something that won't go out of date, like people would go out of date, but instead we're going to take pictures of different sites around campus, like different buildings, and so that would get a nice comfortable feeling in there. Also, our types of lighting that we're going to use within would be very incandescent lighting, which gives it a comfortable feel instead of fluorescent. And with that, we're using pendant lightings and also wall sconces.
As that's already there right now, as some of you probably know, being in Lower, there's like a condiment area, and that's where students come out of C-Store and they're able to put their meals together, add seasonings or toppings to things, as well as package their food. So we wanted to keep that area there. However, we wanted to give it we wanted to update it, and we wanted to create a condiment area where students can come from the C-Store and come right out. It's kind of what's there right now, but we wanted to still incorporate that.
We wanted to add interest to the hallways instead of having them just be bare, so we decided to put natural products of different types of wood onto the wall to direct people throughout the space and add interest overall.
And as the prior group mentioned, we had an opportunity to update the bathrooms. I know this is kind of a hard shot to see, but we basically wanted to also add the environmentally friendly fixtures, as well as just keep with the design concept that we already have going throughout the entire space. So the same warm colors, we have the browns, the taupes, those coffee house colors.
This is a view of looking down the hall towards the old ResNet room. And we wanted to make use of what the roller door is that they had in the front. And so this is where our idea of using the coffee shop would come in hand, where in the morning even people could come down and get coffee on their way to class or anything like that.
This is looking down the hallway, which most of you probably came in. It's kind of looking into this room here, room 73. In 073, we wanted a space that's similar in function as the brew house, but we want it to be more centralized within the dorm, seeing as most people that are freshmen and sophomores on campus here, this is the space that they use. The design in the dining space, we want to continue that design here, so we want it to have a cohesive design throughout the entire Lower. And it also becomes functional because the furniture that we have here in this room will also be out in the dining space, so it can be swapped out in and out for different functions, or if we have more people or less.
With this space, we wanted to focus on a younger demographic, where people can come and hang out with their friends, eat, socialize, and it's a great meeting spot.
We have a special ceiling treatment. Again, it's using those same different tone woods that we had shown throughout the hallways. It's basically, it centers from this central column back here coming out. It adds interest to the space, and it also connects the college back with the concept of being a natural resource college. All of the woods that we will be using are reclaimed from campus.
We decided to add in some vending machines so that if the coffee house wouldn't be open after certain hours, students could still use the space and then decide to go get some food from the vending machines.
And as Sarah had mentioned, we do want to keep up with the fully functioning coffee house, so we do have a space here that students, it's again similar to the brew house where you can get any kind of coffee, food, all of that type of thing.
We hope you enjoyed our thoughts and interpretation of this project and appreciate your time. Thank you.
I'm Emily. Unfortunately, my partner Brian Lusher couldn't be here tonight to help me out, but bear with me as I go through this presentation. Starting in Lower DeBean, we decided to brand it. We wanted to call it Revel at Lower. So going with that, we wanted a place where all the students could come, relax, and enjoy, or if they have a significant other and they can't go out necessarily. I know my freshman year I couldn't afford to have a boyfriend, so we came here a lot to eat. So we went with the date night, kind of upscale, but keeping it still relaxed and comfortable with the colors. All of our furniture are the puzzles. They're from the suites, if any of you have been over there. And we picked kind of a purple and a green to play off of purple because we're Stevens Point, and green because it's environmentally friendly. So all of our chairs were going to be in 2 different patterns, the back's in one and the seat in the other. And then all of the walls would be, as you can see up there, it's a light, kind of beige taupe color, but a little bit warmer. And then the trim, we really wanted to accentuate that upscale feel, so that's why we added all the trim outlines on the walls. Going through there. Kept with the coffee house feel, because that's kind of the consensus we got from all the students. So coming from Lower DeBean and coming in here, it's the 073 or the DeBean Lounge. We wanted to really accentuate that it's DeBean, so we wanted the DeBean to go with the coffee. We kept all the same furniture from the dining areas as well as in here to give that warm feeling. We added stone to the walls. The pattern that we picked for the stone is also the stone that's on all of the dorm entrances, residence halls. I knew I was going to do that. The stone pattern, we wanted to create that universal, we're on campus, yeah. So the university has all that stone on the front of the residence halls, and we wanted to bring that down here. And it's the coffee house. Kind of a much more simple presentation.